About the weather and dredging, the lake out there when we're dealing with snowflakes tonight, Kaylee.
I know. We had a kind of summer or let's say
taste.
spring-like feel yesterday. Yeah.
Like an hors d'oeuvre. An appetizer.
An appetizer,
There
yeah,
you
a
go.
small taste. Temperatures yesterday climbed into the upper 50s, but tonight, what a different story. Don mentioned it. We've got snowflakes really falling widespread earlier on in the evening. At this point, a lot of those have shifted further south, but they continue to be a little bit more moderate. One of the areas where things have slowed down out here in Niagara Falls. Still, that widespread cloud cover remains and will for most of the night tonight and even into early tomorrow morning. So again, here's your view. A lot of you seeing views like this outside, but many of you south of Buffalo still seeing the snow. And you can pick up on it here where the more moderate stuff is. It's right south and east of Dunkirk towards New Albion, right on that Chautauqua County, Cattaraugus County border. If you move further north, Albion still seeing a couple of snowflakes. That snow globe snow is what I like to call it because not much sticks to the ground, but you can see it out there. And it is reducing visibility for those of you across the southern tier. Jamestown now reporting numbers close to 3 miles, Coudersport down to 2, and Warsaw and Batavia down below that 1 mile mark. So keep that in mind. Not many people doing travel tonight, but as you go into the early morning hours of tomorrow, you may still have visibility reductions. Let's take a look at the hour-by-hour model now, and it shows you that clearing through the overnight. What's left behind, the snow that does fall on the ground, is light and fluffy because of how cold it is outside. So any wind tomorrow going to be blowing that around for the morning. That's the only way visibility will be reduced then. As we get into the afternoon, the sunshine will break out. It will be really nice, similar to what we saw Sunday, but not quite as warm. We're talking topping out in the upper 20s and low 30s. As we get into Tuesday night, a little bit of cloud cover returns. Eventually, by early Wednesday morning, we get some lake effect snow that's developing off of Lake Erie. The reason why? The lakes are still in the 40s, if you can believe it, and the air temperature will struggle to reach freezing. So lake effect snow going to be developing Wednesday afternoon into the evening for our typical snow belt regions. But as we go through Wednesday evening on into Thursday and Friday, which I'll show you in a minute, it will become a bit more widespread. So here's what's left for tonight. A coating to an inch in many areas in north of Buffalo. We got a report out of Niagara County that's about an inch of slush on the ground. Further south, the bullseye, really the Chautauqua Ridge area, even that spot, 1 to 3 inches at best. Now here's what I was promising. For Thursday and Friday, notice how this lake effect becomes a bit more widespread. We get some sleet, some freezing rain mixing in, and going into Friday, same conditions. It's going to be cold, the lakes are going to be warm, and this is something that we're going to be tracking. It is still, unfortunately, too early to put numbers on this event. It's still 5 days away, but what I can tell you is that this one will be a lot more significant than what we experienced last night into today. You will likely need the snow blowers and plows for many areas, and I think the plow threshold is near 3 inches, so keep that in mind. Here's a look at temperatures now. We're talking upper 20s and low 30s with wind speeds that are between about 5 and 15 miles per hour. Overnight, that's not going to change very much. We're talking about just a dip, a little bit cooler, down into the low 20s. Tomorrow, a little bit of a recovery, back into the upper 20s and low 30s. Another chilly but breezy day. At least we'll see the sunshine because it's going to be a little while before we see that. Snow encompasses the region Wednesday through Friday, and it's not again until the weekend that we'll see that sunshine. Don?